yourself twice. Okay,
Mm.
we're live again for the second time. Let's just do a really quick audio check to make sure. Okay,
Okay.
I'm
Hello?
speaking.
Yeah, you spoke. I don't hear myself.
Motherfucker.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I hear it.
What the hell, dude?
Oh, okay, I think I'm good. I think we're good.
Are we? I can't hear myself on my own phone.
I can hear you. Do you
You
hear your
can hear
volume
me?
on?
Yeah, my volume's on. Hold on. Okay, now it's weird. Okay, that's weird. I had to close out of the app.
Okay. Hello, Andrew.
So we are good or we're not good?
All right, we're good. We're going. I think we're good. Yeah, I can
We're
hear
Well,
good.
everybody.
well, Andrew is here, so that signifies to me that we're all good.
All right.
I hope we're all prepared
Um,
for the big news.
everyone will
Your
just
presence makes me happy, Andrew.
we'll just have to check the audio every once in a while. We spent like 5 minutes listening to myself echoing 4 times over. I need like 30 seconds. All right. Andrew's here. Sam is on his way. He said he'd be a little late. Andrew said he wouldn't make it to the end. That was clearly a lie. We haven't even started
Listen,
yet.
listen. I didn't feel like doing cardio at the gym today. That was
Valid.
it.
All
Respect
right.
that.
F101 2025 week 13. It is the Belgian Grand Prix preview. They're putting this track on rotation starting in 2028. Can you believe that? Apparently, it loses over 2 million euros each year, which is not great, but it is the one of 4 tracks on the calendar that was in the inaugural season. Um, the other 3 being Silverstone, Monaco, and Monza. And they're getting rid of it because it doesn't make them enough money and they want more street circuits. And it's a whole contentious issue. But it's not till 2028. So most of the conversation about that, we'll get into it in 2 years in 2027 when the change is imminent. Because
I
I don't
thought
think there's any changing the mind.
I thought I got the impression that people like Spa.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but
Just doesn't make
F1
enough money.
only
Okay.
cares about the money. But everyone
Capitalism,
loves
Dave.
it.
Remember that.
This is a good lesson.
It is an American-owned Liberty Media, which owns Formula One, is American. So,
Liberty Media. What a great name for
oh yeah,
Formula One.
oh yeah. Um, it's also the longest track on the calendar. It has a lap of 4.325 miles. There's only 44 laps, and the average lap time recently has kind of been in the 150s. I think it used to be over 2 minutes. Now it's a little shorter. And then the lap record is like way shorter, but like the cars like over 10 years ago were just faster. And they slowed them down because it was safer. Slowed them down. They still go 200 miles an hour, but you know what I mean. And oh boy, it's a sprint weekend. So here's the schedule. Practice is Friday morning at 6:30. Sprint qualifying is Friday morning at 10:30. Sprint, the actual sprint race is Saturday at 6 a.m. The real qualifying is Saturday at 10 a.m. and the race is Sunday at 9 a.m. We haven't had a sprint in a while, so that's how it works. There's only one practice session, so finding the perfect setup for your car is going to be harder.
Yeah.
Because you only get an hour to find that setup, and then you are allowed to change your setup between the sprint and qualifying. Used to not be able to, but then everyone hated that, so they changed that. But still, there's not a ton of time to really find that perfect setup. And rookies who haven't raced here in F1 cars obviously are at a disadvantage. But I don't remember if F2 comes here or not. But regardless, the rookies haven't been here in F1 cars, so a poor practice session can really hurt. And it's looking like it's gonna rain all weekend. Rain forecasted Friday, Saturday, and Sunday over there.
Oh, looks like
Um,
Stroll's on the podium. That's
I,
crazy.
oh yeah. Breaking news. Has anything happened? Are we all okay? Everyone doing all right? After the crazy news week of the last F101, I was talking to Dave about this earlier. This kind of like 3 week break was huge for the nothing ever happens crowd. Because nothing happened. There was no news, basically. Yuki lost his phone in Lake Como. That was the biggest news.
Oh yeah, I saw
And
that.
and Red Bull made a post like, "Hey, if anyone's there, can you help him find his phone?" Apparently, people were coming up to him with other phones they found in the lake, and he was like, "This isn't mine."
Lake
So
Como, by the way, is quite large.
it's huge.
So good luck.
Yeah. He got a new one. He just decided. I've been there. I've been to Lake Como.
As have I. Again, very, very big. I don't
Yeah.
know how anyone would ever find that.
Did you go to the Star Wars villa?
I did not.
I did.
Shocker.
It was my mom's idea.
I even know it was there.
Yeah, there it is. It's right next to George Clooney's island. All the villas are on islands there for context. It's not like other islands that are in the news right now. Anyway, moving on. The actual race preview. Everybody say it with me. McLaren are the team to beat. I
McLaren are the team
expect
to beat.
Yes, thank you. I expect another 1-2 out of them. I also expect a stronger Piastri surge. I feel like he would have answered Norris's Austria win with a win in Silverstone, but obviously the penalty screwed him over. So I can see him being on even more of a charge. In McLaren news, the team want him to use the new suspension that's catered to Norris, but he's refused so far, and they haven't pushed it because they have a crazy lead. It doesn't really matter. And they can afford to bring 2 different setups each weekend. Basically, the reason they want him to use it is because they keep bringing 2 suspensions, which is more expensive, but to save some money, but they also aren't pushing it. And part of that is probably because they don't want to appear as if they're prioritizing Norris in their 2 number 1 driver setup if they make Oscar use that suspension that is, and like they even said, they're like, it's catered to Norris. Everyone's like, it's very it's more towards fits his driving style. And that suspension showed up in Austria? I think it was Austria when it showed up. So, it's clearly working for Lando. So, but Oscar doesn't want to use it, and the team hasn't pushed the issue. Who's on third? I don't know. There's a lot of options. Russell, Leclerc, and Hamilton have been strong here in the past. Russell got his first ever podiums here in Williams in 2021. Williams in a race that did 2 racing laps behind a safety car, and then they canceled it because it was just like a violent deluge of rain. He got second because he had an insane qualifying performance in the rain. He totally deserved it. I actually saw this dude on Reddit talking about how George didn't deserve any points from that race, and he was rightfully getting clowned on. Everyone's like, "This is a bad take." And apparently he's a known George Russell hater. So I mean, I guess props to him. Russell won in 2024, but he got disqualified because his car was underweight, which was likely because he decided to do 1 stop. It gave him excess tire wear that the team obviously wasn't prepared for because the 1 stop decision was a mid-race decision. But the Merc's been really good. They've been pretty good lately. So I can see him challenging for third. The 2 Ferrari drivers have been great here. Leclerc's strong podium consistency. He won in 2019. Hamilton has won here 5 times in 2010, 15, 17, 20, and 2024, which he inherited the win after Russell got DQ'd. And Lewis has never finished below 4th here, but he had also never finished below 3rd in Silverstone, and we saw how that happened. So I think it'll be a battle between these 3. Ferrari's bringing in a new suspension that the team is very confident in, and it was supposed to be brought in Spain, I think, and it kept getting delayed. So it's finally here. The team thinks that's going to help unlock the full potential of the car. That's like F1's words. But there's always Ferrari shenanigans, especially in the rain. Their strategy is pretty bad. And the rain hurts them because they're bringing in new suspension during the sprint weekend, and it's going to rain. It's just a lot to adjust to with not a lot of time. So I think while I still think Ferrari can challenge for the podium pretty easily, it's not going to be like an easy challenge. It's not a guarantee that either of them are going to get third. especially with Russell in the mix.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd agree with the your picks for third only because it's raining, and the
Mm.
times it's rained so far, it's been kind of crazy. So I'm hoping for some shenanigans, some Hulkenberg like shenanigans from some midfield team getting up there, getting a third, maybe a Stroll up in there. We'll see. Maybe he smiles for the first 7 weeks.
We'll see. It's valid. It's valid. Rain has been switching everything up a lot this year. And of course, we all know probably the best driver in the rain to challenge that podium is if Verstappen decides to show up and inject himself into the podium combo. He's super capable of doing it. Even if the car kind of sucks, rain equalizes it out a good bit. And they probably won't be running that super high downforce setup this time. And especially because I wrote this because it rains here a lot. I wrote this before and it was going to rain. And we all saw how it went in the rain. So I don't think they're going to run that setup again. But we won't know how much of a threat Verstappen is until the cars kind of get on track. But obviously, as we say every week, you can never count Verstappen out. He could be in the worst car, and you'd still be like, if you were in first and he was in dead last in like the Sauber, like the pre upgrade Sauber, you'd still be like, hey, like, can you just let me know how far Max is behind? Because I'm kind of nervous. So,
I actually kind of forgot about Max for a second because the past couple races he's been in the news for outside racing things
and not even
rather
his own
than
fault.
yeah, well, the last race kind of was he spun out and it kind of was just in the mid pack for a while. But the race before that, yeah, he just got hit.
Oh,
At the
I'm saying
beginning of
why
the
he's
race.
been in the news.
Oh yeah, that wasn't his fault. No, he's just existing.
Yeah.
Red Bull. That's all you need to do to get in the news is just
Is-
exist in Red Bull.
Yeah. Uh, Red Bull, they are going through a lot of change. And they have a new team principal. They could be in for a pretty rough adjustment period. The big question is, how can the team cope without Horner to lead? Sure, he sucked as a person. Everyone on the team, not everyone, a ton of people on the team really liked and valued his leadership, and a lot of them were very upset that he was removed from the team. So we're going to see how Red Bull can cope with the team, especially with their new principal, Laurent McKee, who Yuki is obviously looking forward to reuniting with him. Max has said some positive things about him already. We'll see how if that changes depending on how the team operates during the race. I don't think we'll see too much of a change because the car is bad. I think I mean, if they were doing really well, they wouldn't have fired Horner in the first place, but I don't see Red Bull dropping kind of below even further than where they are now. Especially, I mean, Yuki's getting last in nearly every race, so it's hard to get below that. Um, and like I have here, Tsunoda just needs to get not last, please. For the love of God, please, Yuki.
Even if he does, maybe not 30 seconds behind
Yeah,
for the next placement. It's been pretty bad, pretty embarrassing. I'm
yeah.
also kind of excited for Red Bull just to shake things up, what's their name from VCarb has done a pretty good job at VCarb, which makes me a little bit worried for VCarb without
Oh,
that leadership.
McKee. Yeah, but his
McKee,
second in
yeah.
command, Permain, is in charge now. I don't think it'll hurt VCarb as much.
Hopefully not. But they've been doing some good work being a midfield team. They've had good moments. They've somehow rehabilitated Liam Lawson, so hopefully that second
True.
command can continue that momentum and just steer the course.
True. I hope so. Obviously, the car's a nightmare. It's capable of performance, though. We see that with Max. So Yuki needs to get that performance out of the car. I say this nearly every week. It starts with qualifying. He just needs to get better. I know he's capable of doing better in qualifying. I just don't know if it's in this car.
Are are you still hopeful that Max can win races with the McLarens being so much faster nowadays? Like before, he could be within a few seconds, and now the McLarens are like almost a minute ahead sometimes.
Yeah, I do. I think a lot of it depends on the track. Also, Max is kind of like a psychic debuff to anybody he's racing near. Um, Especially Norris, no offense. But Lando has a harder time coping with racing Verstappen than other drivers, but everyone has a hard time racing Verstappen. He's just that good, and he's super aggressive. But and I think Lando was worse last year racing Max than he is this year for sure. But 2023, Red Bull won every race, and then they come to Singapore and they don't even get on the podium, and they finished the race. It's not like they crashed. So I think Max is still. I think he can absolutely still win one more. And I wouldn't be surprised if he does, because he knows how to
Just
win.
right circumstances, hold the McLarens, great qualifying, which he can do. You can beat the McLarens in qualifying somehow. And then just hold him back long enough to finish the race in first. I mean, that's
Exactly.
basically how he's gotten his previous wins this year. It's just hold the McLarens off until the end of the race.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of off the top of my head. I don't know. I think Qatar is relatively hard to pass on. Trying to think of races that it's hard to overtake. Spa is not one of those races.
That's
So
the races people are excited for. Max is not going to win, basically.
yeah, maybe we'll see. I don't know. I mean, you can always count on like I could see Ferrari messing up so spectacularly it takes out both McLarens too somehow.
Another Kimi incident, but this time to the back of Lando.
Yeah. So, anything can happen. As we've seen this year, anything can happen. Um, so I think, yeah, I think he could. I think he could. I do think it's going to be mainly between. I think they were going to see a lot of orange in that number one column.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be excited for who comes P3 because
Yeah,
P1, P2
it's going to
are
be very
locked in.
papaya. I actually we were at the mall the other weekend, and there were these we were looking at just F1. I think it was I don't remember who they were collabing with, some store, and there was a bunch of McLaren merch, and there were these people. They were not speaking English. They weren't speaking Spanish either. I don't know what they were speaking. But for whatever reason, papaya didn't change. So it was just papaya with a bunch of words I didn't understand, and then papaya, and then a bunch of words I didn't understand. I was like, okay, so they're McLaren fans.
Gotta love papayas. Yeah, maybe they're just talking about what to eat next. Next meal. They
Nate,
sell
have
papaya at the mall, I assume.
Nate, have you ever eaten a papaya?
I have not.
Fake fan.
I heard it's good training.
I thought it was grapefruit.
That's also good training, but
What?
for something else.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
Nate, you need to eat a papaya. You need to eat a papaya or your F101 score is revoked. End of the season. That's my ultimatum. I control the document. No, yeah. So moving on from our brief interlude. The team everyone loves to talk about, Williams. Williams, oh Williams, what are we going to do with you? This is a rough weekend to attempt to fix their downward spiral. They got one practice session. It's a really long lap. There's not a lot of time to get data, and it's gonna rain. And with the team's current reliability, an extra qualifying and race is kind of not what you want to see. Their car is falling apart. And they're like, all right, we're going to give it a bunch more racing laps, which is just not, I don't think it's ideal. It's so crazy. At the start of the year, they were like a lock for at least fifth, and now it's becoming a test to score. Albon is plagued by the hell dimension that he enters when he sits in the car, and Sainz he just doesn't have it in him right now. So this is gonna be a rough week for Williams. I think it's gonna be. I mean, I would love if I was wrong. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's gonna be tough for them to. This is a hard weekend to start recovering on, especially because there's only one more race until the summer break. So there's kind of a mindset of we'll just get through these two and then we'll work on it later.
I mean, it might not be a terrible strategy this week to just survive, driving to surviving and things like that. Just because it's raining and there's been a lot of chaos in the rain, and they have two opportunities to score points in that rain. So if they can just survive and hopefully everyone else makes mistakes, maybe they can just, get points without really doing anything.
But it's really the stronger rain forecast is for Friday, right? It's not really for Saturday or Sunday.
It's gonna rain all weekend. I don't know how heavy, but what I saw was rain all weekend.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, well that kind of changes things. I mean, well, hold on. Just going back to Williams there, like they had the string, like Albon had that string of DNFs, but then he took what, like 8th last race?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We might see. I mean, Alex has finished as high as 5th this year. I think that was kind of it can't get any lower than the string of DNFs. It can't get any lower, right?
Well, they could
Say
crash
that
into each
now.
other. Yeah,
I mean, they could
they could
crash
crash into each other.
I guess that would be like the only possible worst thing. But I mean, I think we're going to start to see them trend back upwards. I know you're absolutely right. Yeah, this will be a very hard weekend for them to start that. But I mean, I think we kind of hit the valley in regards to that graph there for Williams. I think we see them start to trend back upwards. I mean, I think technically we've already seen that, so I think we'll see that continue. At the very least, I think we see Alex Albon. I can't speak on signs, which pains me because I love Carlos, but I think we might see some signs of life here.
I mean,
when I'm looking at the weather forecast right now from yesterday, and it's supposed 60% chance of rain on Friday, then only 20% on Saturday and Sunday,
that changed.
which means less about rain, hectic stuff, and more about like, hey, there's a chance of rain, and someone might choose the wrong strategy type of deal.
Ferrari. Ferrari will choose the wrong strategy.
If Ferrari choose the opposite.
They're gonna send them out, both drivers out on full wets. It's gonna be 90 degrees and sunny. They're like, well, we thought it was gonna rain. We took a gamble.
We want to win one race. We don't care how many Ferrari moments it takes.
Yeah. I don't think that Williams is. I don't think it's impossible. I just think it's gonna be tough. I think it's just it's a tough time, especially with the summer break coming up.
Yeah, they showed a lot of life in the beginning of the season, and they've been a tailspin for so long. Like all the other teams that they're competing with for P5 down there, besides Alpine, have had spells of being a tailspin, have kind of gotten out of it, up and down, but Williams has just been on a straight trajectory down for a long time with very brief and small specks of light thrown in there.
I also think it's a little like amplified because Sauber's on such a charge.
Yeah.
So not only is Williams falling, but Sauber is rising, so it makes it look a little worse. Especially because like you see Sauber, you still Sauber's much better, but we're all still so used to Sauber being so horrible that they're like, oh, Sauber's beating Williams. That's a death sentence for Williams, when in reality, it's like Sauber's actually doing really well.
Well, it's Sauber doing so good and making so many good decisions somehow. And we're just watching Williams do the exact opposite. It just feels inevitable that Sauber's going to end up, beating them just because Williams is literally falling apart.
Yeah. Thankfully, Williams still has a sizable lead on 5th.
Yeah. They have a little bit of time to get their act together. And they have the summer break. So
yeah, but you're not allowed to work on the car during the summer break. You're not allowed to do anything F1 related.
You're allowed to focus on your mental health. And
that's true. You are allowed to do that. Lewis usually just goes to the desert. He just fucks off to the desert.
I think Lewis might do a sleep deprivation chamber. He might go Aaron Rodgers mode.
He's gonna go on an ayahuasca retreat.
How bad he's been feeling. He needs because
that's a great way to feel better, is to hang out with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, go hang out with Aaron. He knows all the tips and tricks, all the places to go.
Lewis is gonna come back anti-vax.
I've been inoculated.
Oh man! Speaking of Sauber, chasing Williams are Sauber, VCAB, Haas, and Aston, and I think that's their current order in most to least competitive. There's no denying Sauber, like we said, has made a great surge lately, and Hulkenberg's still going to be feeling on cloud 9 after his maiden podium. And while the car's qualifying pace is horrible, he qualified in 19th for Silverstone. He's pulling out really strong race performances, and honestly, so is Bortoleto. And Bortoleto is doing kind of better in qualifying and then maintaining, whereas Hulkenberg is kind of falling apart in qualifying, but then making up for it during the race.
Hulkenberg is like the opposite Gasly. Gasly just keeps on getting to
Yeah.
Q3 and then
they
doing
swap.
absolutely nothing in the race.
They swap positions.
They do. It's kind of sad.
In my opinion, the V Carb is second up because their car is faster than Haas and Aston, and even if Alonso is, in my opinion, better driver than both the Haas and Aston lineups, V Carb is just they're faster, and Hadjar's been crazy consistent, and like you said, Lawson has been rehabilitated, and so I think they're second in this like chasing Williams pack. Maybe not in points. Oh, actually, I think they're first in points, but
No, Sauber's ahead of them by a little. I think by maybe by 1.
Oh, I think because of the podium, yeah. I just think that they have a better chance than Haas and Aston. That's because Haas's speed is a toss-up on whether the car wants to be fast or not. Ocon has some decent pace, and he was strong early season, but he hasn't replicated that. And Behrman has had a lot of up and downs, but he is a rookie. Even if we know he's capable of more because of his Ferrari debut, the car has just been so wildly inconsistent, and it feels like even when it's good, it's kind of like a Red Bull situation where it's really hard to control.
Yeah, V Carb has been definitely the most consistent of all these teams by far.
Yeah,
they feel most like a midfield team where they're sometimes in the points, getting some good points, sometimes just out the points. But Sauber really has just been on that kick, and they can keep it up. They're going to go up there. Aston felt like Sauber for a couple weeks, but they've kind of cooled off.
Yeah,
becoming more of a normal midfield team, and Haas has been ass.
Yeah, sorry, Andrew.
Damn.
It happens to the best of us.
Aston has one great driver in Alonso and one okay one in Stroll, but the car is a disaster, and both drivers hate it. Both drivers just hate driving the car. So it's tough. Even if we know Stroll's good in the rain, so maybe he'll have like a moment this weekend. But it sucks when the car is so like Stroll got like P7, and they were like in Silverstone, and he was like, "Yeah, this is the worst piece of shit I've ever driven." Like, you were in third for like most of the race.
Well, if you were in third, and then everyone was basically like
Everyone passed him.
lapping you.
Yeah.
When you
The
get
car,
slow.
the
Oh,
car
it's so bad.
sucks. Yeah.
It feels so bad.
All right, let's do some rookie talk.
Wait,
Antonelli.
we forgot a team. We forgot a team.
No,
What's
we
going on
haven't.
here?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
If you read the document and you look ahead, you'll see that I have not forgotten a team.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Rookie talk. Antonelli, I think, has the highest expectations. That's just because he's in the Mercedes. I can see him getting a sneak podium if things go poorly for Ferrari, likely, and McLaren, less likely. I think he does have another podium in him for the season, even if it's not this weekend. Like we said, Hadjar and Lawson have been consistent. They did both crash in Silverstone. It was a horrible race for VCARB. The team showed some weakness in the rain, so they're going to want to remedy that with a safe and quick weekend, which, like we said, we know they're capable of. Bortoleto's been on a surge. We mentioned that already. And Behrman, like I said, is unfortunately at the mercy of the car, which doesn't allow him to show true pace. I speak highly of him because he's shown how much he can do, like I mentioned, when he subbed in for Sainz. And it sucks to see because I know Behrman's good, and I know he's capable of more. It just sucks that the car right now is kind of a mess. But when the car is there, both drivers are on it. So, and I think Haas has kind of stopped development of the car. They're probably focusing solely on next year. So it's just gonna, the inconsistency isn't gonna change. And Colapinto is officially on a race by race basis. He's got a lot to prove and not many tools to do it with. The pressure has growing, and he hasn't really been able to shake it. He's yet to score. I do think he's probably in there for the rest of the year, but I know I wouldn't be surprised if they swap them out.
Yeah, put Duhandak on there.
That'd be
But
so
why?
funny. It'd be so
It
good.
might happen.
It'd be
Might
better if
happen.
they put in a fourth driver and then Gasly got sick. And then they have to put in Doohan or Colapinto back anyway.
Oh god.
And speaking of Alpine, last and also least, Alpine. The team's a mess. The car is a mess. The only reason they keep getting points is because Gasly can outdrive the hell of a bad car out of a bad car. And they all need to thank him for keeping the team relevant. He should be able to score points this week and prevent Haas from getting too far away from them. I do think he's got a very strong connection to Spa. His best friend died in a race accident here at Antoine Hubert. So he's got a very strong emotional connection here. And it seems to make him a little bit faster. So, but the Alpine is the Alpine. And if you're slow over one lap and it's the longest lap of the year, it's going to be rough. So we will see. We'll see how Alpine copes with the sprint. I don't really remember their sprint performances. They obviously haven't been noteworthy enough for me to be like, oh, they did really well.
I think they've scored a point or two, but there's not many points they have scored in total. So
yeah, only top 8
they
in the
could have
sprint
scored that
score.
many.
Only top 8 in the sprint score, and I think Doohan crashed in the Miami sprint and the
I
race.
think they might have scored a point. So there's that.
Yes.
How long has Eric been in here?
It's been here for a bit.
About 3 or 4 minutes.
What
Little
the
longer.
heck? I
Little longer
swore
than
that was gonna be like Sam and he was just waiting or something. I didn't realize.
No, just
No.
listening in.
Wait, who's
Hey,
Eric's team?
Eric.
Technically it's Red Bull, but
Apparently.
I don't.
We'll make him
Red Bull?
Sauber. Hey,
It's
Eric,
the
you
only
like
piece of
Gavin?
F1 clothing that he has.
The more friends we add to this, there's gonna be repeats. So
It's just Bree bought those. Bree bought the Red Bull sweaters without my consent. So
that's very on brand for the team. So it looks like you're a Red Bull fan. Welcome to the dark side, my
oh,
friend.
thank you.
Welcome to the dark side.
It's exciting.
If Nate
Company
can
time
convert Nat to a McLaren fan, then I get to convert Eric. That's how it works.
Wait, let me try to convert someone to an Alpine fan.
Good luck.
How do we not have any Williams fans? That's
Hannah, she doesn't
Oh,
participate because she's busy,
true,
but
yeah.
she's a Williams and a Sainz fan, so every weekend is just pure hell.
I have a Ferrari fan in my living room right now. Does that count?
You're Laura?
No, my friend Emma.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that counts.
There we go. We just
We'll
need
take
to
that.
find a Sauber and Aston fan. Do Aston fans exist?
Yeah, there's a lot of Fernando fans.
Oh, there's okay. That's not the question though.
Well, they're asked it. A lot of Japanese people because Honda is going to be their
Honda,
engine
yeah.
provider next year.
Okay.
Which
So
is
next
really
year,
funny.
fans,
that
this
that
year-
Aston Martin is going to be powered by Honda.
I think I found my team, my people.
There you go. We've got an
Wait,
Aston
what about
Martin fan.
There
What
you
about Alex
go.
Albon?
Albon's tied.
Yeah, but Eric's not even Japanese.
He said it was his people. Who are you to say otherwise?
Exactly. Who are you to say?
That's really Eric and
I'm just raising
Japanese,
a
okay?
question, Eric. You're the one that's supposed to answer it.
Oh man.
So next year, Eric will be an Aston Martin.
Yeah.
But
Next year.
There you go.
Next
No
year
one
we'll
is an
add a
Aston Martin
bunch.
fan.
Next year we can have a pick the podium B league, and it can be the people who aren't here for every episode, and also weren't part of the original 4 because Sam and H aren't here for every episode, but they've been grandfathered in.
Dude,
Hey, I'm the reigning champion right now.
And the winner of the B league next year can move up to the A league, and the loser of the A league should have to move down.
Be relegated.
wait.
I like it.
Hold
I support it.
Except if it's me. If I lose the A league, I can't be moved down. And Dave is safe too.
Okay, thank
So
you.
it's really just between Andrew, Sam, and Nate.
Do I have to
What the
try?
hell, man?
No, you guys will be grandfathered in. Whoever wins the B League moves up.
We're gonna have to replicate the entire English soccer fucking
Structure.
promotion system.
It's a next year issue for me. I'll think about it over the winter break.
I bribe Max with some thumbnails. If I get demoted, someone else has to make the thumbnails. That's how it works.
Yeah. Also, because you've been giving us some amazing picks. So as
Yeah,
long
if you
as you
look
keep doing your
close at
schizo
this-
picks, you're safe.
That too. If you look really close at this week's thumbnail, there's a there's a little something for everyone. I'll just say that.
Is there? There's little Easter eggs hidden in here.
Well, you could say I don't know if they're eggs.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay. I got it. All right. Speaking of podium, real quick before you do the podium, just looking ahead, we will be back next week with a review of Spa and a preview of the Hungarian GP, which last year was a drama-free race and nothing crazy happened. And it'll be the final race before summer break. Nate loved the Hungarian Grand Prix last year, didn't you, Nate?
Moving on.
Dave, next week we will regale you with what happened. It was a mess. Let's just say that. McLaren cooked up the least satisfying win of all time.
Yeah, I was gonna say I see some papayas were involved.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I texted Sanford's podium. He hasn't gotten to me. But that's okay. We'll add his in later. Nate, you actually have to go first now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. This might be the shortest lived lead because of the picks I'm about to make.
Oh.
Okay.
But so Max, you sounded extremely confident in this rain. And frankly, I kind of hope it happens because I want as much chaos as possible. Just not enough chaos to dethrone my king. So I'm gonna go with Lando in first, as everyone knew, right? We
If
all knew that was
you
coming.
could only see the face I made when you called Lando your king.
Moving on.
Spoken like a true McLaren fan.
Moving on. Spoken like a true Lando fan, I should say. Definitely not a true McLaren fan. There's room in there for that right now. We were all nerding out with Oscar breaking down the spa track, but second place. If it rains, I'm going with George Russell. I think Russell squeaks into second.
Spoken like a true Norris fan. You're right. Not putting Piastri second is crazy.
I think Oscar's push to kind of get back onto the track that he was is going to work against him. Oscar is at his best when he's like his cool, calm, collected self. And I just think, if he plays into that, it's going to backfire. It's going to work against him. Like if he gets too, focused on trying to maintain the lead, especially on a weekend like this, where you really only have the one practice, and I mean sprint points are points. So but I think that might backfire against them. And then in third, I'm gonna go with Albon. I'm gonna put Alex Albon in third. And I'm serious too.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
I'm going for a chaos pick. This is the first time I get to pick first under the new rules of this. I'm gonna go with the chaos pick.
I think it's the first time you get to pick first anyway, because the old rules were just left to right.
Well, then, all the more reason. All the more reason. All the more reason I'm doing this.
Oh man. All right, Albin. Albin in third. Okay. So this is my chance to take the
Lando,
lead
George.
back, is what I'm hearing. I am going to go Piastri, Norris, Russell. I think McLaren is going to be fast regardless. Even in the rain, which we saw in Silverstone, they were still way ahead of everybody else. And then I think Russell is gonna show up this week. And then Sam, he got back to me, is going with, and this is going to be a crazy change here. He's going with Piastri, Norris, Russell. So just a quick copy and paste, and now it's Andy's turn. Ocon, Behrman, Haas 1-2.
Yeah.
No, I think
it.
Ocon's gonna end up in 10th. He'll get this one singular point like he kind of sometimes does.
Like he
And-
kind of sometimes does. I love
He
your
lives
confidence.
between P10 and P8. That is where he lives.
He lives
True.
between P9 and P15 in reality.
Oof. This guy's a Panthers fan. That's how you know. This guy's not sugarcoating anything.
I think Behrman. I don't think Behrman scores this week either. Although I will say he was the only rookie to survive Silverstone. So
It's true.
Probably
because the car wasn't fast enough to crash in anything. Except he
He
did
found
crash.
that.
Except he crashed into
found
Ocon. Yeah.
Did he? Did he score points?
No, he didn't.
Okay, so he survived, and that's it.
Better than all the other rookies.
True.
Next. Just letting them fly.
I've picked Piastri to win. I think the last long
Just-
while.
You had Verstappen in Austria.
You've had
good point,
Verstappen
I
a few
did.
times.
Yeah, me and you are going back and forth between Piastri and Verstappen.
I just to switch things up, we'll go Norris 1.
Okay.
Yeah, Andrew.
Oh, this is not for you, Nathan. I'm hedging my
Oh!
bets.
It's not for me.
I'm hedging my bets.
He's got a 10-point gap to Sam. He's gotta make some
You
kind
really
of change.
need to Sam. We don't even know if Sam watches. Sam picks Antonelli every.
Yeah, give me
Andrew
Norris.
doesn't win.
Sam actually gave a reason for his. He said, gonna go safe, but have Mercedes rep in there. That's all he said. Sorry, who was your second?
Piastri.
And in third?
McLaren. That's what I'm trying to figure out too.
Can I offer a suggestion?
You may.
My suggestion would be Pierre Gasly.
True. How'd you know
Actually,
my pick?
it'll be Jack Doohan. Colapinto's gonna get sick, and they're gonna put Doohan in. He's gonna get third.
Are you looking at my notes right now? What are you doing?
No, I don't think I want to go Gasly.
How about his lover? Yeah, make me happy.
Sonoda?
Red Bull in there.
Damn. Are you gonna be the one to put a Ferrari in there?
Who left?
No. Ooh. Not
Oh,
yet.
there.
No, we'll just go with a solid Max Verstappen in third.
All right. Have
It'll
you
be in the
picked
rain.
Ferrari? I don't think either. Oh, I had Hamilton in Silverstone.
Silverstone.
You had Leclerc third in Bahrain, Andrew, and in Australia as well. Okay. All right, we've all picked Ferrari. We've all picked the Ferrari. All right, let's hear it.
All right. So this week we're in Spa, the inventors of the Spa. So I'm picking drivers, relax and are very comfortable hanging dong in front of other men.
Okay, but
So-
Bottas isn't racing, so
I'm just going off vibes and looks, and also some of my picks preclude. Some of my picks are old men, so I'm precluding some of the rookies just because it feels weird to put an 18-year-old Fernando Alonso, who's my P3.
okay. Alonso's your P3. Depending on who's on your thing, I will know how much you're actually looking. By the way,
How much I'm actually looking.
Yeah.
Well,
there's if you're talking about being comfortable hanging dog around men, there's a clear number one.
I don't know who you're talking about, but I have a feeling. Is it Signs?
It's not Signs.
It's not Signs?
Signs is P2. Okay.
Oh no. Well, I have a P1 that I was gonna pick.
Just go with it. I'll tell you when the stream is done.
Okay. My P1 is Pierre Gasly.
Okay, let's go.
Beautiful that he doesn't care. He'll hang with anyone.
He's French.
He's French. Yeah, the other two are Spanish. Yeah, that's my pick. They're gonna hang dong and hang dong in the race too.
All right. Oh, I like that. We will see if that happens. I hope so. This had a scuffed start, but we got through it. Thank you everyone for being here. If you are watching this on YouTube and you're in the comments, let me know who you want to see hang dong.
Don't say me, please.
And say Dave, please. Please say Dave. All right. Thank you and good night.